Welcome, friends, to the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour with your hosts, Sig Bisley and Colt Mauser. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content just like this. Now, let the animation appreciation commence.
All right. It's a gorgeous day here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but it's a fantastic day here. I'm actually in a good mood for once. It's fucking rare. Had a light day at work.
Good moods don't for good podcasts make.
Well, whatever. I'm excited. I'm ready to roll. So today, GUNDRESS. It's like the final bout of Shirow OVAs.
He did the character designs.
And probably the worst one.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's not very good.
But we'll get into that later. We got, there's a couple new things. Finished up some old stuff for shows we're watching.
Yeah, season finales and season premieres.
And then I got question of the week. It's a doozy today, too.
Yeah, well, don't spoil it.
But before we do any of that, it's the news.
All right, so, yeah. First bit of news, a announcement was made, and there's an image here I'm looking at, and I'm getting a revolver pointed at my face. City Hunter coming back. New movie.
Oh, hell yeah. I haven't even watched the last one yet. Shame on me.
Well, I mean, there's a whole series, and then there's
what the
Jujutsu
Private Eyes. Yeah, I haven't even seen that yet. We should watch that. I keep forgetting about it.
I want to watch all of it because City Hunter's awesome.
I've seen the first series back in the day, but it's been a long time.
Regardless, it's City Hunter, man. It's cool shit. So
it is.
That's coming out. I don't think we got a release date yet. I would suspect that Japan usually announces a little closer, so I would suspect if they're announcing it now, it's probably this year or early next.
Nice. Something to look forward to.
But we'll see.
There's not a lot going on to look forward to in the entertainment sphere, except anime.
Yeah. You take what you can get, right? All right. So moving on. So we talk about Lupin the Third a lot. And we talked about part 6 a lot.
For good reason, god damn it.
For good reason. So if you want to watch it, there's another avenue for you to watch it. So if you're not looking to stream or you wanted to watch the dub or whatever, it is actually going to be on frickin' Toonami.
Oh, damn right. It should be. So good.
It's in the 1:30 in the morning time slot, but at 1:30 in the morning, you too can watch Lupin the Third part 6.
You suckers are up then. I know you are.
Probably. Or, you can do whatever you got to do to watch it. Watch it. It's really good.
Set your DVR.
I mean, it's the 50th anniversary project of Lupin, and it shows. They cared.
Every streaming service have a DVR now? For live stuff?
Oh, yes. If you have live TV streaming, sure. Like, if you don't have Crunchy or whatever, or this was on High Dive. I mean, just get High Dive. It's like $6 a month or something.
It's practically free.
But if you're not into that and you have streaming like DirecTV or something,
I suppose it is kind of pointless. Yeah.
They do have DVR. You're not wrong. Oh, I mean, it's not. It's good for things like live sports, but
I was just thinking about how stupid it was if you got to work or something, you DVR football game, and you watch it just seems lame because everybody else already knows how it ended.
Yeah, I've never been.
I know, it's just weird to me.
I've never been that into that. Like, you can go back and watch the highlights, but they show you that now.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway,
I just need the score.
If you're new to it, check it out. It's Lupin the Third, man. It's good stuff.
Indeed.
All right, another release bit of mood news. I can't talk today. Gundam Battle Operation 2 will actually be released on Steam.
La-di-da.
So that's it's a sequel to Battle Operation. Ooh, I know, right? Shocking. It's a big, I'm not going to call it an MMO. It's kind of like, I've never played it, but it's kind of like Battlefield, but obviously less woke and all about mobile suits. So it's a combat game, 6v6. I don't know.
Are you telling me that there's no black lesbian mobile suits at all?
No. I mean, it's Japan, so who knows what kind of pilots there are, but who really gives a shit because it's all about the mobile suits.
Damn straight.
But, it's going to be out on Steam, which is good to hear because I think a lot of people, a lot of people use Steam, and a lot of people are unable to get some of the newer consoles, so good to have it on Steam.
True.
And not that you can get a graphics card.
You can get a crappy one.
That means you got a Western release, so yeah, I don't know. check it out if
the
you're
new
into that
graphics
kind of
card I bought. It was like a $2,000 one or $200 one. I got the $200 one. It's like slightly better than the one it replaced.
Yeah.
It uses way less fucking power though, and it doesn't have ridiculously loud fans. Like I turn my computer on now, it's like silent.
That doesn't help you if you're an elite gamer, sir.
I'm not. I'm a.
You want 8 billion fans
I'm
and
a
all
super-
the heat.
Nah, man. Fucking water cooled. Don't be a pussy. Water cool that shit.
No, man. Fuck that. What are you, a plebe?
Oh,
Freaking mineral oil,
I
son.
just gonna say that the fucking fish tank computer.
Damn straight.
Filled with mineral oil.
Don't be a plebe, man. Come on.
Oh, it's kind of metal because it looks amazing with the lights in it.
It's really cool.
I've seen
It's
pictures of
ridiculous,
them.
but it's very cool.
I don't know. I'd do it.
Someday.
I don't play enough games to build a gaming PC. Like I need one enough to use like Photoshop, Illustrator, and whatever I use to edit these videos. But other than that, it is what it is. I don't think it requires like mineral oil.
Unless you're looking for super high quality graphics. And I mean like, it needs to be 4K and 60 FPS and blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't need it for a lot of things. A lot of things run... hardware has outstripped a lot of things.
The
Like,
one I bought,
I don't know.
I just bought a BioWare one, and it was cheap, and it will actually run 4K stuff. I mean, I don't know if it will keep up video
it depe-
games,
well,
but
the
like
games.
4K video, like
yeah,
it's fine.
that's not 4K video is not ultra difficult to do. Although you'd think it was, by the way, some of these people talk.
You would think, at any rate.
Anyway, moving on. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has debuted.
Everybody's got a big old heart on for it.
71 million bucks in the U.S., 141 million worldwide. I'd say that's pretty good.
People just want to have fun, man. They just want to be entertained.
I'd say that's pretty damn good. Yeah, like you just said, people just want to be entertained, and they're being rewarded for actually listening to the fans.
Literally anyone who just writes a fun adventure story with no politics in it is going to make $1 million now. Or $1 million. Fucking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Just do something. Yeah, just do something that people actually like and not a bunch of woke garbage, and people will be about it.
Let this be a lesson to you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Hollywood learns that lesson. They're very, 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 very.
No, like it's been long enough. Like they would have corrected course. In fact, they're going the other way. I literally think Disney's actually going to go bankrupt. Like,
what makes you think that's not their plan? Dun 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 dun.
that doesn't fuck me, so I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
like
care.
whatever.
I'm just saying, like
If not, I never see another Disney.
sometimes
program.
companies intentionally tank.
I guess I don't know why you would do that, but
Well, you go into chapter. You get a lot of protections in bankruptcy. A lot.
yeah, that's sneaky.
A lot. Get to write off a lot of bad debt. Pennies on the dollar. Oh yeah, it's nasty. Yeah, I can see you contemplating it and how evil it is. Sneaky as hell.
I'm thinking real hard. I can't think of bad debt.
Never mind when you're on the stock market and other nefarious things can happen. So
Oh
Yeah.
God.
don't even think
I
about
work
it too
for
hard.
a couple like deep like Wall Street guys, and they explain shit to you. You're just like, that sounds a lot like crime.
They're like, yes, but it's legal.
I'm like, oh, is that how it is?
Unless the IRS
Fine.
comes for you, then they can interpret it whatever way they want.
I am glad they educated me on legal crime. That's all. Because
Yeah.
now I know to look out for it and watch out for it, so I won't get burned like I did in 2008. You'll know what I'm talking about, unless you were like 10 then. But for the rest of us, we all got fucked.
So now on to some wackier news. So Jujutsu Kaisen, again with the collaborations, and Japan in general has some of the craziest merchandising going on anywhere.
I think we've covered several of these before.
Oh yeah, but Jujutsu Kaisen has had some interesting ones. We've covered some Jujutsu Kaisen ones. Yeah. So the first one is not that weird. Like, oh, there's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen grape gum at Lot stores. Okay, great,
Fair enough.
great. Or at the from Lot, the manufacturer. Sorry, not the Lot stores. I'm sure it'll be in 7-Elevens. The good kind that are in Japan.
Oh, God, I wish.
And one of the wrappers is one of the fingers, by the way, which is kind of cool.
That's awesome.
So that's, whatever. It's kind of cool.
Oh, if they had, like, finger-shaped Twinkies, that'd be awesome. Right?
Good God.
That's marketing. The
Anyway,
Phil Demons.
the more-
Demons Lord.
The more interesting, but well, probably are anyway. The more interesting and strange bit is they've also teamed with Dolce & Gabbana. Maybe for a hot Jujutsu Kaisen scent.
I guess.
Like I don't know what the hell that's gonna be, but
Don't they make clothes too?
they do. They do.
So
I
that's
mean, they're a
probably it.
luxury brand, right? They make a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they make watches. They're not Cartier.
I'm
but
pretty sure they make pocketbooks.
they probably do make shitty fashion watches. Now that I think about it, I've never looked.
All those
I don't
companies
want to
do.
look. Yeah, I was gonna say they're not Cartier or
You know it's worthless.
Bulgari or one of those companies that actually does something.
You know it's worthless? Fashion watches. So I don't care. I'm not getting my money back on them. That's for goddamn
yeah, I mean you
sure.
got to be baller like Lupin and have like Zenith collaborations. Now that's cool.
That is super cool.
Or even Gundam's had a bunch with like Seiko and
Oh, you know what I want?
Yep.
I was looking at Seiko's today. I want one with the Japanese date.
oh yeah, those are cool.
I don't need to know the date. It just looks cool.
Hey man, that's the ultimate in weeb technology.
Listen, my Seiko doesn't have the date, and I wish it did. So, I mean, if I had Japanese date, it would be equivalent to having no date.
Go
And
to Seiya Japan, man. They'll hook you up.
it would just look way cooler. I'm just saying.
Get to it. It's out there, and not anymore. Typically, not even any more expensive than if you bought the, U.S. version or whatever other version.
Yeah, they're about the same.
And sometimes they have both. Like I know the U.S. release ones typically have U.S. and Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
But for the day wheel or the month. But
Makes sense, right?
There's ones that are Japanese and English. But anyway.
At any rate.
Moving on from Jujutsu Kaisen. The scent of Jujutsu Kaisen. Or the hype jacket of Jujutsu Kaisen. Who knows what it'll be? You'll find out.
Does it smell like demon sweat?
The only tease, it smells like bloody, rotting fingers.
Yay.
So, California's Glass Animation Festival. I know nothing about this, but they are going to be streaming online a bunch of anime. So a bunch of anime shorts. And you know how crazy anime shorts can get, so kind of cool.
They're usually really entertaining, if nothing else.
So this news is a little old. So this was online April 6th to 10th, but since it's already occurred, that means all the stuff's out there. So this is the name of all of them, if you want to go find them. So I'll read them out here. We got Krasu, Krasue, by Rio Harano. You got Above the Brain 2 by Nanoe Akihito. You got Anxious Body by Yuriko Mizushiri. You have My Exercise by Atsushi Wada. Hey, don't be judging me by what I do for exercise. You got A Bite of Bone. Whoa, maybe that's what you do for exercise. A Bite of Bone by Honami Yano.
Sure.
And then Polar Bear Bears Boredom by Koji Yamamura.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I don't know if the website still has them up. You can check out the California Glass Animation Festival. I don't know if they keep them posted after the festival's over, but
they do.
I'm sure they're available out there. And like I said, I like cool anime shorts. So
what else is their website?
I'll definitely be checking these out. Maybe we'll talk about them at some point. Maybe we'll do a whole thing on anime shorts and the crazy shit you see in anime shorts.
Oh yeah, I remember we've watched a ton of them.
It was always fun back in the day because, if you went to Otakon or something, they'd play them there. Or sometimes you just go to animation festivals locally. Like, they'd have generic ones, right? And they'd be from all over.
Back in the day.
You go to, one of those local indie theaters.
They used to have them at Jane Pickens back in the day.
That's my point. Or the Avon. Or
oh, yeah, Avon.
Boxcar. Was that the other one?
Yep. God, I wonder I think Jane Pickens is closed.
I have no idea. I have no clue. I'd have to check.
Bummer, dude. Somebody will open up another one, but
I don't know that it is. But
whoever owned the building could have just sat on it. It can't be that expensive to keep a one screen theater open. You know what I mean?
I have no idea. That show's only indie bullshit. I mean,
right?
Probably don't make any money from it anyway.
I was just gonna say that probably didn't make any money.
All right, so some more news. Anime Expo is they're hosting Gundam mechanical designer Mika Akitaka, who did he did stuff for Stardust Memory.
Oh, nice.
He did Double Zeta, War in the Pocket. He also did mechanical designs for a certain scientific railgun S, Nadesco,
awesome.
Silent Mobius, City Hunter.
Damn.
He created Galaxy for Online Una, so he's got a cool...
wow, this guy's a legend.
Yeah, and he illustrated a bunch of MS Girl stuff for Model Graphics Magazine. So
That's awesome.
he's got a lot of cool stuff. Now, unfortunately, it's at Anime Expo. So they got all kinds of kabuki theater for you to try to get in. And it's in California in the summer. So I'm sure it'll be hot as hell. And they'll have you in a freaking full hazmat suit. So let's hope we can lure the man out to maybe something like Anime Matsuri and have a better time. But if you are going, or you're going to be in that area, check the man out. Like, Mika Akitaka, pretty cool shit.
Is Anime Boston happening this year? It would be like right now.
Oh, I doubt it.
It's such a shame.
I never checked. I never bothered.
Such a shame.
Otacon's a shit show, too. Like, if you want to go somewhere, we're going to Anime Matsuri.
Yeah, I'm just saying Anime Boston, I could literally drive there in an hour.
Yeah. Well, next year, maybe. Maybe.
We could go hang out with a certain Chinese gentleman.
I assume he's allowed to leave his house.
I'm pretty sure. Man, he has all those extra pandemic bucks. For all that not working he did.
I'm sure he does. But
well, I was
anyway,
out working like a sucker.
On that last bit, that's the news. Kind of a slow week this week. Real quiet.
Word. Oh, before it escapes my brain.
Yeah.
The third teaser for the Spriggan, the new Spriggan.
Oh, yeah.
It looks exactly like the old one. They didn't change any of the character designs. All the villains are the same.
It's a
crazy.
sequel, right? It's not a reboot.
Yeah, but I mean, usually they like upgrade the character designs.
Yeah, sure.
And shit, and they'll be like, I didn't see any new characters.
I got no complaints. I was just saying if it's a...
I'm still hyper stoked on it. I'm just saying it was weird.
Oh, I am too.
I mean, the animation.
I was confirming that it wasn't a reboot.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a sequel.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. I'm stoked on it. It gave me pants ghosts.
TP. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about some
Anyway, it's coming out in
stuff.
June. So that'll be a good one.
Let's talk about episodes we watched.
Oh, Tiger and Bunny. That was the other thing that's out.
We watched Tiger and Bunny.
Not all of it.
Not all of it.
Like
we watched
halfway, probably.
about there's only 13 episodes, right? So it was like, we watched about half.
About half,
We got 6 episodes, yeah.
It's very it's more slice of life this season.
Yeah, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty good. The animation, apart from the CG, is pretty good. The CG is it's passable. It's not
exactly
great.
the same as it used to be, which it
shouldn't be.
That was
'cause
like
it's
10 years ago.
more
so
than
it
10
should
years
be way
ago,
better.
right? They haven't done anything stupid with the characters or anything. Like,
No,
the
it's
writing's
actually
not bad.
It's actually really good character-wise. Like
it's just more like
fun.
silly drama. It's almost like it should be a side story,
It feels like a side story,
right?
Yeah.
Like even the main villains aren't even like scary villains.
They're like
so silly.
building up to something. I feel it's going to be one of those where it's just like slice of life character shit, and then like the last
It'll get serious. I mean, that's been Tiger and Bunny's jam.
episodes or so will be like serious business.
That's always been Tiger and Bunny's jam. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it's that kind of thing.
But it's been a little more slice of lifey than
Yeah.
before.
Still very enjoyable though. So I'm into that.
It is good. I like it, man. I like freaking Sky High. Like,
Yeah.
guy's always classic. Like, the Too Perfect Man.
Yes. The shtick this season is basically like they're like everybody's in a team.
Oh,
now.
the buddy system? Buddies! Like, oh my God.
It's so
You're
ridiculous.
killing me.
Yeah, but everybody's like
Since Tiger and Bunny were so successful, they're like, fuck you, you're all going in teams.
You're all in teams now, and like everybody like is supposedly supposed to look to them because they're like been a super successful team, before anybody else was. And then
So we got a little Rock Bison.
yes,
and,
Rock Bison's like, come on, ask me for advice, everybody.
Oh my God. No one wants to talk to him.
Because all he does is like work out.
Yeah, Blue Rose and the new guy.
Oh yeah,
And he's always suspicious. He's like, he was betrayed in the past. There was that whole episode where he's like, no, they're gonna betray me. I hate them all.
That was a wicked funny episode. That was
a good
probably
episode.
my favorite one.
That was
so
a good
far.
episode. So yeah, not much of consequences happened. It's all just been character building. It
Yeah.
really has.
It's
But it's good.
entertaining, though. It's funny.
entertaining. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I don't know. I mean, and it's good because they've been focused on the side characters because I don't need more Tiger and Bunny,
Yes.
character building. Their characters are already set. There's no need to do
they're
that.
like done. They're they've done what they're gonna do.
And it's good because they haven't done anything stupid. Too often when they do a sequel, they just they go back to the well. It's like, oh, we're gonna throw that relationship up in the air. We're gonna ruin it. We're gonna make them act abnormal, or something horrible happens. Or no, No.
They're in classic buddy cop territory where
Yes.
they're like almost a married couple. Like,
And it's funny.
You know, they're always like arguing and like.
But then, like, it's more about everybody else. And you know what? That's the smart way to go with it. You know, I didn't really think about this when we were watching it, but that's the smart way to go with it.
Well, you got so
Very well
many
done.
other, like, you know, like 1B main characters, basically, because it's a whole team, right? They're all kind of important. So, like, giving everybody else a little bit of spotlight is
I
pretty
like
smart.
it. I like it. And they're still doing that whole, like, Blue Rose obsession with Tiger.
Man, she's got the
That
thirst.
too, yeah.
So manly.
It's so good. Yeah, but it's good. It's good stuff. It's on Netflix. The whole season's on Netflix. I think the whole first season might be on Netflix too. So check it out.
So you just burn through them. They're fun.
Yeah, I like Tiger and Bunny. It was one of the. It's definitely not the original superhero anime. I mean, God, that was way before that. But it was one of the first ones I remember of the modern era. Like,
Yeah, it was kind of the prototype for My Hero Academia. Really, it did like very much that same style.
or
like,
One Punch. Like,
Yeah,
One
Punch is like
One Punch is its own
kind
thing.
of own thing.
But I don't know. There's a lot of. I'm sorry. I cannot remember her name, but the psychic girl who's like number 2 or number 3 most powerful. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, the chick with the green hair, like
You
the
can't tell
witch
me
or
she's
whatever.
not somewhat inspired by like Blue Rose's design wise.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's
so
like
similar.
hyper dirty.
But anyway, whatever.
At any rate, guess what? Attack on Titan went back to the past.
Oh no, shocking.
I mean,
Once you show that you can, through that time stream bullshit, affect the past, and you're creating your own goddamn causality loops. You
oh
knew
no,
they
they're
were gonna
not.
go back to the
I didn't
well.
mean they're like not back to the past, but they're like it was another like, you know, like recap from. Shit you didn't know from the past.
Oh, so
like,
it's a flashback.
Yeah.
That's a little different. Sure, you got to be precise in your words.
Well, it is back to the past because
Yes,
you know,
but it is a
it's just
flashback.
filling in gaps. But
That's also not surprising because that's what they do.
I realize what irritates me about it. Like, they could have been jumping back and forth this whole time, but because they're trying to keep everything a mystery, like, the only way you could reveal stuff is to do flashbacks.
It's my only bitch about Attack on Titan.
And it slows everything down so much.
They should have trickled this stuff out over the course of the show instead of, like, nothing. Oh, my God, here's all the information. Like, whoa.
Well, the other problem is the
Whoa.
last, like, 4 episodes have been, like, Titan Smash.
Yep.
And, you know, it's like all the shit I love the most. And it's just like, nah, flashback.
It's like, and isn't that the finale?
It's just, yeah. It's
there's a part 3.
It's basically the flashback of why Eren, like, it was when they first, like, you remember when they discovered the ocean
Yes.
and they were on an island and there was stuff on the other side and then they went there. This is when they go
when he
there
went to Marley. Yep.
and they discover that everybody there is like an asshole. Like, they have cool stuff.
Well, the
but-
Marleyans are dicks. Yep.
Yeah, they're all fucking assholes. They just persecute literally everyone.
Yep.
Like any kind of immigrant, the most racist dickheads ever.
They're a
Like,
bunch of hyper Nazis.
yeah. But anyway, so then Eren's just, and they like, it's
Then
fun.
Eren's like, I could be a better Nazi than you. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna kill everybody. So like, it's a little bit of that. Like, I suppose it still doesn't really justify flattening the whole Earth, but whatever. It is.
Someone's got to go find that original monster thing and kill it. Like, the only satisfying ending to that show could be that, right? Like, find that original horrible thing and just murder it, because what the hell has it done? That's not going to happen, but I think it's just a MacGuffin, but that's what
anyway,
I want in my heart.
Anyway, they're gonna grind out a whole nother season.
Yeah. Yep.
It can't go more than another season, though. They've already fucking stretched it out.
From what I've heard, they're getting close. Like, they're not there. It was obvious they weren't going to finish it this season unless they plowed through, and they didn't. So, yeah. We got a whole other season. So, season finale Attack on Titan, not that interesting, but
backstory, a little slow.
But there's a whole other season coming out, so I don't know. Don't rush to watch it. Maybe save it. I do that sometimes. I'll just save an episode or two. If I know the season finale is not that great, I'll just like save it until the new season comes out, so I can kind of just like plow right in.
Yeah, I would stop after like the second to last episode. Save the last episode because you want to end on a high note when they're like slapping humans out of the air like flies. Because that's entertaining as fuck.
That's the stuff that makes Attack on Titan what it is.
It is. I just watch next season because next season's got to be the end. It has to.
All right, so Realist Hero,
Anyway, it wasn't a terrible episode. It just be prepared for fucking more backstory.
Papers and Paychecks.
Papers and Paychecks was actually excellent.
How a Realist Hero rebuilt the kingdom.
Most of these, most of those like kind of light, fluffy isekai, They just
Yep.
kind of like peter out at the end. There's
Yeah.
like this little bit. It's
Low
like,
stakes. Low stakes.
Yeah, it's like the last, it'll be like the last 2 episodes or whatever. We'll just like contrive some bullshit story and then they'll have a finale and then that's it. It's like 12 episodes, you never hear from it again. This was light novels. It actually ties up a lot of shit that happened. Like all the stuff that they mentioned throughout actually matters and it's a real show. They like tie it up. It's a real story. I was impressed. Because usually those are crap.
So what would your assessment be overall? Like, do you think they're going to do more? Or is it like tied up?
No, I think they'll do more because it's like a ton of it's light novels.
So yeah,
and
so
I feel like it's pretty popular.
So the current crisis is tied up, but the entire thing.
Yeah, but there's like it's fucking your kingdom building.
Yeah, of course.
They haven't even dealt with the fucking like whole. There's like the Chaos Empire, and they're like at the front of where the demons have taken over.
Blood for the Blood God.
Yeah.
Skulls for the Skull Throne.
Fucking Korn's coming, and like
the Korn's always coming.
Like
let's be clear.
Like the Chaos.
Oh wait, he's not
Empire,
Slanesh. Sorry, I got this wrong.
Right. The Chaos Empire is basically holding the back, and like they take tithes from all those other countries like to protect them. So they still have that whole thing to deal with. Stop nuzzling my elbow, you monster.
Cat assault.
At any rate, so yeah, it was way better than I expected it to be.
So
I
as
thought
far
it
as
was
this
gonna
guy goes, we're checking out. I mean, maybe not as good as the next show you may want to tell me about.
Yeah.
Which is closer to me, the gold standard of Isekai.
Regardless, it's way better than I expected, and it was not a waste of time. I enjoyed it.
I appreciate it for being different. It's not just doing the same Isekai thing.
No, it's not. It was actually very good.
It's actually different.
And a lot of this stuff, like, whoever wrote it did a really good job because it makes you think about stuff, just like running a kingdom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like trying to modernize it and like all this stuff. It's very interesting. But at any rate, Rise of the Shield Hero season 2. It basically takes it picks up right after the last one left off. But it
so at the end of the last season, spoilers I suppose, he had defeated those guys from the other world, right? But then it was like,
but the waves keep coming.
Yeah, the waves are going to keep coming because it's all,
and there's like a countdown, so they know when they're going to come. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, and they defeated him, but it was like they're not really evil. It's just everybody's trying to save their own universe or their own reality.
In this one, like he has to go. Him and his squad have to go deal with a completely different thing.
Yep.
Like the waves are on hold. Somebody else's problem. He's got to go deal with like a fucking giant tortoise demon or something.
Sounds about right.
I'll let you watch it.
I will watch it.
But regardless, I'm more excited about a new storyline than if they just kept doing the interdimensional waves.
Yeah,
forever.
Instead of just ramping up for forever, they're just going to go back to, kind of normal.
Something different, yeah.
Yeah. That's smart to do. They're not at the point yet where you have to just keep ramping up. Like,
exactly.
You don't want to keep doing that. You'll turn into Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
I like Dragon Ball Z. Don't kill me, but
yeah, we all remember like 5 episodes of powering up.
I was gonna say I don't need to get to the point where someone needs 5 episodes to power up because it's got to be that epic.
That's what happens when the thing you write that you only want to write a finite amount of gets really popular and you have to keep doing it forever.
And then what? Oh, Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Is there a new one?
There was. Did we talk about it last week? There was the 4th episode.
Oh yeah, we did watch that. Okay, it's all.
I think we talked about that last week, though. That was.
I thought we talked about the first 3 last week.
We talked about the first 3, and then the 4th episode was the we talked about that one with.
Oh yeah, we did. No, you're right.
Yeah, with what's his face and the fighter squadrons. I don't think there's been a new one. We haven't. There might be a new one out right now, but we haven't watched it yet. So
no,
we are caught up ish on that. So probably was out like yesterday. We just haven't seen it yet.
I feel like there's something I'm forgetting.
Was there something new? Something brand new that you?
I think the only brand new thing I'll have to check, but the only brand new thing I watched and I remember for this week is Love After World Domination. That was actually kind of funny.
What's that about? Explain.
It's basically the head of a Sentai team and like a lieutenant.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. And like a lieutenant in like the generic evil organization that's like bent on world domination.
Shocker or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like a chick from that, and then they fall in love and they're like dating behind everyone's back. and it's just like
That's a funny character concept.
It's like wacky, kind of. It's definitely ecchi, like comedy.
I'm glad ecchi's coming back a little bit.
Oh my god, this chick's character design is like filthy. She's just like she's got this crazy like skull like helmet and all this shit, but the rest of it is just like she's wearing like panties with like silky garters.
Yeah,
and
that's kind
stockings
of
and
classic
shit.
style.
Yeah, it's like hyper filthy. But anyway, it was a chuckle. I liked it. I like that that's coming back. I kind of want just funny stuff. I miss like comedy anime. They're actually funny.
Good.
And it does all the like
a little ecchi and comedy goes a long way.
Well, plus it has all the like the callbacks to like the super classic Sentai stuff.
Yeah.
You know, for like
smart to build it on top of
80s, like super old.
It gives you a lot of tropes to play off of, right? It's very smart.
I know,
and that will work in the US too because so many people grew up with Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, it's like it's obvious what
so
it
works.
is. You know
that's
what I mean?
cool.
Like it's pretty funny. Anyway, I liked it. I'll keep watching episodes.
What's the name of that again?
Love After World Domination.
Love After World Domination. All right.
So that was a chuckle. I'll get to the rest of it next week. I still got to sort through a bunch of stuff.
Does the evil organization have a dental plan?
Probably.
Okay, I'll tell my boy Bob Agent of Hydra all about it.
That was like the best. Wasn't that a
That was Cable Deadpool.
That was the
Cable. Well, it was Cable Deadpool, but after Cable was dead, and they kept making fun of the fact that he obviously wasn't dead. But it was just Deadpool, and it was just wacky Deadpool adventures.
So many of those Deadpool runs, man. So good.
Yeah, back when comics were good. Could you imagine? Can you imagine such a thing? And I don't mean manga because manga's still good, but American comics were good. I know, shocking.
Give it a few more years. They'll be great again.
Well,
I mean, it want like DC.
I think DC will be first because I think they're going to just sell off the writing things.
Yeah,
business.
I think whoever runs DC and Marvel, like the parent company, is just going to sell off the rights to other companies to do it.
Disney's immolating as we speak. Anyway, we've talked about new episodes. We've talked about the ending of series. We've talked about the news. Now it's question time.
Question of the week. Okay.
And I don't know what the hell this is, so I'm going to be right off the cuff.
I was just thinking to myself how irritating Legendary. We were talking about the last couple weeks. We were talking about like one of the creators of Legendary. Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Right? Yes.
And how like a lot of it just enraged me. Like I wanted to throw my TV
itself.
down the stairs.
Yeah.
Right.
The show.
So I was thinking to myself.
I invested so much time in that show, and then to get to the end, and the character doesn't act like the character. The character goes from like being able to
fucking do anything.
And being able to not succumb to the traps that a lot of teenage girls would fall into.
Yep.
To falling into every trap a teenage girl is going to fall into. It made no sense.
Well,
and then failing at the end anyway was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Watch the movie, people. Watch the movie. It doesn't make any sense at the end, but God, is it fucking entertaining.
At any rate.
Lesbian cars, man. Lesbian cars.
What shows for you did either shitty characters or just like bad tone or inconsistency just ruin? Like where you watch a few episodes, either you watch a few episodes and you're like, fuck all these people, I hate them, or you got to the end and you're just like, Jesus Christ, I want to blow my brains out.
Oh, bad endings is like a whole genre of anime, like where they just fuck up endings.
You're 100% right. Mostly bad. I was sticking mostly to like bad characters and
bad
just
characters are like because
in the like you remember the 90s when everything was hyper edgelord. Yep. But then they would make it just like edgy to the point where nothing made sense. The characters were just like amazingly unlikable.
Yep. So, I mean, for endings that were bad, this has nothing to do with characters. Evangelion. The original Evangelion.
Oh, God, yes.
My God. What the fuck was that? Construction paper? Fucking Anno. Construction paper? Like, Jesus Christ. What are you even doing? Like, can I get some macaroni pictures?
Yeah, I don't know. We've gone over that one.
Terrible. But that's not really a character problem. That's a different issue. Shitty characters.
I will
give you shitty characters. Mobile Suit Gundam SEED. Shitty characters.
That is 100% on my list.
Because Mobile Suit Gundam SEED has some dope fucking designs. It's got some really good designs.
I have so many.
It's just a soft reboot of original Gundam. It's a little really unimaginative in its rebooting, but that's okay.
No, typing superior to new types.
Let me type. Oh, I hit everybody. Like, you would have been dead 8,000 times. Funnels would have just murdered the shit out of you, boy. But anyway, never mind new types. freaking coordinators. I'm better at math and typing. Like, what the fuck is this? Poorly explained concept. But it wasn't that. It was the characters. Flay, worst cunt in all of anime. Like, God, I hate her. She's
pretty
awful.
awful.
I'm so glad when she dies. They kill off one of the only good characters, Moo. Oh, but he's not dead because Seed Destiny. But Seed Destiny's wacky. And I actually kind of like Seed Destiny for just leaning into the...
I've never seen it.
Leaning into the ridiculousness.
Whatever, like, I hear it's funny.
We should watch it at some point just for the, like... And it's hard because, you know, it's a 50-something episode. It's hard to, like, invest that much time into watching something
God,
that's
can you
not
imagine
great.
50-some episode series? That's
I
like
know.
a relic from a bygone era.
But my God, like, I'm sorry. Kiriyamato is just he's a chump. He is not Amuro Ray. He is a chump. He's a shitty
and he's
stand-in
an
for Amuro Ray.
asshole.
And he's an asshole.
He's just an asshole. I can think of so many like spots in that series where he was just shitty to people for no reason. It's like, what is wrong with you?
And he didn't have a Bright there to slap the shit out of him when he was acting like
Right.
a child.
Yeah, it's true. There was no like strong like male lead there to like
'Cause as
slap
much
you
as,
for being a retard.
God, and I'm sorry. I haven't watched Seed in so long. I'm surprised I remember as many names as I've already remembered.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
The captain of the ship, instead of being Bright, it was just the hottest MILF. So, like, great for character design, but terrible for action. She was not very motherly. Like,
No.
she was just like, oh, I can't do anything. Like, come on.
Weak.
She should have slapped that shit. She should have freaking spanked
man.
him. And not in a sexy way. A non-sexy way.
In the angry way.
In the angry way.
Angry spanking.
Anyway, I don't know. It's just, most of, like, the other... It was Athrun and like all those other. They sucked. They all sucked. The characters just sucked. The only good characters in Seed are Raul Crusade, who's the bad guy. I'm not supposed to like him, but he's fucking awesome. And the Providence Gundam is the coolest goddamn.
I feel
design
like
in the
that's
whole
very
series.
akin to modern stuff where you get
Yeah.
all these like self inserts by writers
And
that
the
end
Desert
up,
Tiger,
like being assholes.
who much like the Desert Tiger and Moo, who were the best, and then they killed them. But then they're back at Seed Destiny anyway, so whatever. This is why Seed Destiny is better because it brought those guys back.
Nobody died. Everybody's back.
Flay was terrible. Who was the stupid girl with all the horrors? She was useless. She was useless and terrible.
I just
She was
remember that.
pointless. Like, because there was like 3 girls, right? It was Flay, who was just obnoxious. Oh, fucking awful. And then there was like, I can't remember her name, but she had all the tiny little horrors all over the place. She was just
Yeah, I
stupid
do
and
remember
annoying.
that.
She was like some space princess. I don't know. Fuck off. And
La
then,
la la, space
and
princess.
then there was his sister, who was actually cool and had the Strike Rouge in I think that was in Destiny. I don't think that was in Seed. Maybe it was towards the latter half of Seed. And the Strike Rouge is fucking awesome. I don't even care. A pink ass mobile suit. It was even pinker than Char's mobile suit. It's great.
Oh, is it pink and black like the best color scheme ever?
No, it was not. It was not like the Kamen Rider Decade color scheme. Which is the best.
Yes.
Pink, black, and white is one of the best color
Fucking
schemes
wizard,
you can have.
man.
It was like pink and red. I have a model. I have the master grade of it somewhere. It's awesome. Like, regardless, Seed. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed is a show that would have been, and it's not even awful. Like,
The basic plot is fine.
the show itself is not terrible, so don't take this the wrong way. But it would have been 10 times better if the characters didn't suck.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I've bitched enough about Gundam Seed.
Oh no, it's fine.
Please give me one that.
We're
isn't
here to
Gundam
air
Seed.
grievances. Oh man, I have a whole list. This was an easy one.
I
Oh,
gotta think about this.
while,
one, but-
while we're on Gundam,
Yep.
fucking AG.
Oh yes.
Gundam Age.
And it was because of the third part.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
First part, awesome. Cool character. Second part.
A
Second
little
part,
vanilla,
was,
but cool part. The second part's the best part.
second part was like fake Crossbone. Fucking pirate mechs, like pirate Gundam.
Was that no? That was the third part. He had the pirate one. It was
No,
the
that was
pilot from the second part who had the pilot from the second part had the pirate mech in the third part.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
thinking.
when he was older.
But the second part was good because that character was the best because he's even more awesome in the third part, which the third part's terrible otherwise, but he's the best in the third part because he's got the awesome pirate mech. Very Crossbone. Anyway, you were right.
Oh yeah, because it's the first part is the guy with the green hair. I forget his name.
Yeah, and it's the grandfather because this is 3 generations.
Yeah,
right? It's,
it's
grandfather,
a
son,
super
and-
cool idea. So, like, I'm not shitting on it completely. It was like almost.
And the
perfect.
grandfather was like a zealot. He became a complete zealot.
Yeah, like
It
he
was
saw too
interesting.
much war when he was a kid, and he became a complete zealot. But then his son becomes a pirate.
And he was very it was very Zeta Gundam. Like the second part was
Yes.
very Zeta. And then the third part was part Crossbone, part Double Zeta, because the fat ass AG3 or whatever it was, like it was very Double Zeta.
Yeah, and then the kid from the second part is old and has a pirate mech, and
the
it's
kid
awesome.
from the third part was good for about 5 episodes,
And then he was trash
and
and
it became
ruined
a
the whole thing.
total pussy.
That's what I was getting towards. And he just ruined the whole thing. He was just like, no, even though like these people are slaughtering civilians and everything's awful, I don't want to kill anybody.
It's so interesting because I remember Turn A. I think that frickin' Lauren killed literally one person in the entire show. I think he killed one person.
Probably.
And he's a good character and he's not a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, except at the end. If you're hooking up with the princess, why are you sleeping in a different room? That's weird. It's weird. It's not the 50s anymore. Anyway, sorry.
That's not big dick energy
well,
at all.
Not at all. We'll review Turn A at some point.
Turn A is a good one, man.
I like Turn A. But regardless, yeah, that character, and I can't remember his name, but the kid in the third part, I mean, yeah, he's way too young, but he's like Lauren's age. Not Lauren's age, sorry.
Yeah, but all the other characters were smoking fools at his age.
No, you know what pissed me off the most is I'd already seen Victory at that point, and frickin' he's the same age as Uso, but Uso is a savage.
Uso is a slayer
Uso
of men.
does not play. Uso has no time for this bullshit.
He was the Batosai, the manslayer.
He basically was. Like, Jesus Christ. Uso, man, he's like, oh, women in bikinis floating around in space at me. I better beam save for them. Like, Jesus Christ.
That doesn't arouse me at all.
I'm 12. Leave me alone.
So good.
Anyway.
Funny.
I think we're just saying instead of AG could have been a great thing and a cool encapsulation of a lot of Gundam shows, but instead of watching AG, just watch the original Zeta and I guess Double Zeta and Victory.
It was very
just watch original Gundam.
It was like the beginning of the trend that like IBO continued, where it's like I'm super into this show right up to the end and then I hate it.
Yep.
Not that I hate IBO, but like if you don't continue that and do the sequel, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I would be a lot more.
Too many of my favorite characters died for basically nothing, and I don't like nihilism, man. I'm not a nihilist.
So you got a list, and it's I'm churning. So
I got another one.
Give me another one.
Oh, this is a classic. You're gonna love to complain about this one. Devil Lady. There's so many fucking things wrong with it.
Devil Lady has a lot of problems, but I don't know that the characters are my problem with Devil Lady. A little bit.
Well, if not the characters, the tone.
Oh, the tone is fucked.
Is that not a Go Nagai? That's not a Go Nagai show. No. Not at all.
Go Nagai could be
very
so
emo
nihilistic
and fucking whiny.
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
not emo. It could be nihilistic, but it's not emo.
Why can't that bitch grow her arms back?
When a show named Devilman Crybaby is less whiny.
Way metal. Way more metal.
Yeah, why can't she? She's going to be open doors with her head for the rest of her life. Like, why aren't you growing your arms back, bitch? Devilman powers. What's wrong with you?
That's what I don't get. It was a complete like disaster in terms of like the actual Go Nagai like universe.
It's too angsty. I'm with you. It's too angsty. It's too emo. It shouldn't have been as many episodes as it was. I think it was like 24, 26.
Yeah, it's just there's nothing good in there. It's just like
yeah, Devilman Lady or Devil Lady, depending on translation.
Listen, if you have the ability, hunt down the original Devilman OVA.
Oh my god!
With like, I believe it's a British voice cast.
Oh yeah, the American dub. Well. The English dub with the British voice.
It's the English dub, but they didn't do like an American English one. They did like a British English one.
And they just swear every 5 seconds for no particular reason.
It's one of the most funny things. Like either smoke a lot of weed or drink some sake, beer, vodka, whatever you're into, and then watch it. And you will die laughing.
And if you want good Devilman, just watch Devilman Crybaby. It's actually really good.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
We didn't cover it. We watched it a while ago, but it's really good. Watch that instead. Don't watch Devil Lady.
Oh, I got another classic for you.
Yeah. All right. Hit me.
Brain Powered.
Brain Powered is a disaster. We need to do an entire series on why Brain Powered is a disaster. It's like the super group of like mecha anime guys, including Tamino, and it's a pile of garbage. And the strangest fucking thing about it is what Tamino did immediately after was King Gainer, and King Gainer is awesome. Like, what the hell? How did that happen?
It was so amazingly bizarre.
Even G-Reco, which has a lot of issues, and it's a lot later, is nowhere near as bad as Brain Power. Nowhere close. Brain Power is a shit pile.
But I mean, talk about like amazingly like terrible characters. Like Jesus Christ.
Oh, the guy who just wanted to hump his mother? Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's classic.
That was weird.
That's exactly what I wanted.
The fact that, like, between episodes, you'd think you missed an episode because they'd pick up at some place. You'd be like, I don't, what? What's going on? Why are they here and not there? I don't get it.
unbelievable.
And it is. Go look up who worked on that show and look at the other things they worked on. And it is a.
Didn't Yoko Kanno do the soundtrack too?
I think Yoko Kanno did the soundtrack. Fucking
It was Nagano.
Nagano worked on it. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
which is why you like go in.
You should have known when it was.
You
like,
go in and out from the crotch.
Yeah, it was like in the womb of your mother.
Nagano's
like,
a little weird, man.
It was bad. It was very bad. Brain Powder's terrible. Again, we'll cover it at some point.
It's fantastically terrible, though. Like
it is a disaster.
It's an amazing disaster.
It's entertainingly terrible. I mean, I suppose watch it if you want to, cringe. But
okay. Here's my like last one. Pretty much my last one.
All right.
Oh no, I have two more.
Holy shit!
But
right. Good thing I can't come up with anymore.
This was an easy list, man. Remember how hot Paranoia Agent was back in the day?
Yes.
It was just such a bummer.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like any of the characters. It was just, like, shitty people doing shitty things.
Is that Satoshi Kon?
I think so. It was just not my thing.
Yeah, I was not.
It was just, like, such a bummer.
I was not in
it's
either.
like,
I don't like, I'll be clear about this, I do not like my entertainment to be super depressing. That doesn't mean people can't die. It doesn't mean the ending can't have, like, some, consequences. That's okay. Like, even, like, the end of Cowboy Bebop, watching it again, it's good. It's perfect. It's what needs to happen, right? No problems. I hate anime that's just depressing at the end for no reason. I hate it when it's off tone, which is my only bitch about Cowboy Bebop is that end makes sense, but it doesn't, like... If you just watch the serious episodes of Cowboy Bebop, it makes some sense. If you watch everything else, it's kind of off tone. But anyway,
the thing,
not to get into Cowboy Bebop.
Pardon me. The thing with Paranoia Agent, it was basically a bunch of short stories about sad, depressing people. When there was like this weird, like supernatural through line.
Yep.
Like. It was just weird. I don't know. There was like no satisfying ending. Like it's
like Lane. No love.
Yeah. Lane was.
I'm not even getting into it because I've been so long. I'd have to rewatch it, and I'm not going to.
Strangely enough, everything that was super popular back then, I hated.
All right. So I just came up with one that's super popular, and everybody hate me for it.
Do tell.
Great idea, poorly executed. Characters. I hated fucking everybody in this goddamn show.
Do tell.
Death Note.
Oh, yeah. No, I was not a Death Note guy.
I fucking hate all the characters in Death Note. I hate them all. I want them all to die. If that motherfucker wrote every person on Earth in the Death Note immediately, it'd be a better show. Because the only character that was even kind of interesting was the goddamn God of Death.
Yeah, it's true.
The Shinigami. Like, everybody else, like, I hate them. Like, the stupid, bubble-headed goth girl psychopath. Like, oh, great, Harley Quinn again. Great, I don't give a shit. And back then, Harley Quinn wasn't overused, but that was just basically Harley Quinn. Fuck off. Light, like, annoying. L, like, the original one was... he was only annoying because he was too good. He was, like, super Sherlock Holmes. Like, fuck off with this. Like, come on. And then the second one, the stupid little kid, like, fuck off times two. Like, fuck off with that show. Death Note is a great idea, poorly executed. If anything needs a better version, it's fucking Death Note.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Sorry, I'm just not a fan. I'm a fan of the idea. I'm a fan of pieces of it. There's a lot of good parts, but overall, fuck off.
Well said. That's about everything I'd say about it.
What was your last one?
Nobody's ever heard of this but Valvrave. Nothing made me more angry.
Valvrave.
I watched like 2 episodes of it, and I'm like, I hate these characters more than I've ever hated anything on Earth. It was like your generic. It was kind of like the end of like big mecha anime, like when everything was mecha anime, because it's like God. 2011.
Was that the one that was around the same time as Majestic Prince?
2012. Nah, Majestic Prince was like 2014, 2015.
What was the one that was around the same time as that? Because I hate that one too, because the character's the worst. That stupid guy who was like, I predicted everything. I predict the world. I'm the ultimate predictor of things. And then there was that horrible chick that was just like, I'm going to suck the soul out of this guy. Like, it was awful.
Oh, I think that might have been the show, yeah.
It was an awful show.
I can't remember exactly the plot, but I remember...
If that's Valvrave, it was fucking terrible.
I hated that chick so fucking much. Because she's like, I'm only going to pilot this robot so I can be famous. I just want attention.
That's
I'm like,
Valvrave.
Wow, I hate you the most.
Yeah,
You're like
show.
everything I've ever hated about every
That's the show I'm
woman I've
talking
ever
about.
talked to.
That show was fucking
It's one of the worst shows I've ever
terrible. 2013.
seen. Was it 2013? I knew
2013.
it was in that, like...
I remember because that Majestic Prince was out at the same time. Majestic Prince was just a better show.
Well, Sunrise. It followed that stock Sunrise
Yeah,
pattern.
it was less interesting. This was... Valvrave could have been interesting. It's just the characters were so fucking bad. Oh, my God.
Horrific. They weren't just bad. They're like, I want you to die bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're actually more... Like, you're worse than the villain.
If I could press the goddamn Tamino Dumbine reset button on that show, I would love to do it.
Yes. It was a shitty idea.
At least
anyway.
Dumbine was good until it got to that stupid ending.
Because it was like a hyper generic idea anyway. You know what I mean? It was just shit. Anyway, we're done with that.
Yeah, that's enough.
I've
bitching about
complained
that.
enough. I brought enough negative waves into this show.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to continue with the negative waves because now we can talk for a little bit, just a little bit, not
Gundress.
long, about Gundress. So Gundress, it's a mid-90s.
93, I
Yeah, it's 90s.
It's a Shirow.
No, 99. I can't believe it's that late.
Oh, was it?
I'm actually looking at it right now.
I'm probably thinking of one of the other
You're
ones.
thinking of the last one we watched, which was a lot better. With the wind goddesses.
Landlock.
Landlock.
That was
I
95.
can never remember the name of that. I like it. I've always liked it. I can never remember the goddamn name.
I like Landlock because it was like super obscure, but really, really good.
Gundress. Gundress should be good. It's got Landmates.
Gundress is Bubblegum Crisis with Landmates and less of a good story.
It's terrible. The animation's not good. I mean, it's not awful, but it's just not good. The frickin' characters are just like, why are they even here? They're not even characters. And the main character just is a stupid backstory. Oh, God, it's just... Sorry. Normally, we, like, are very into whatever thing it is. Like, hey, it's got something good. Go check it out. It's an old anime. Gundress? For the love of fucking God, skip Gundress. It's awful.
I would say watch every single thing Shirow did except that.
Yeah. And I would even say, like, make your own mind up about, like, I'm not a huge fan of Standalone Complex, but people fucking love Standalone Complex. Go watch it. Like, you're probably going to like it, right? Like, Standalone Complex 2, watch these things, right? Like, Ghost in the Shell, all the different Ghost in the Shell. Arise, I like Arise a lot.
I like Arise better than, like, all the other
I do too.
properties.
The Standalone Complex is not awful. It's just, it did a couple things that made me angry.
It had a lot of, like, kind of holes. It's like, come on, man.
Unnecessary. It felt like the plot had to happen, so they wrote some things
there was
around
a lot of
that. I don't
plot
like that.
devices. Like, giving Togasa fucking, like, implants. Fucking stupid.
See how we're avoiding talking about Gundress? You know why we're doing that? It's not good. There's like...
There's nothing to talk about.
There's all sorts of quote-unquote...
Okay, stop.
So
there's cool designs.
There's
cool
Landmate
Landmate designs. It's
Awesome Landmate
actually
designs.
in the legit Shirow universe.
Yep.
The problem is, I feel, because like they have like the characters are all like quirky
and
they have a lot of shit going on.
It's the
but
classic.
They don't tell you like there's no backstory because they needed like 5 to 7 episodes.
And it's the classic private defense contractor who's better than everybody else because they have all the cool stuff.
Yeah, it's Bubblegum Crisis.
It's a little bit of Bubblegum Crisis, a little bit of Full Metal Panic, like that kind of thing, kind of more mithrally, but although not as big. It's just not good. The characters suck. The action is terrible. Like, there's lots of cool, what should be cool fight scenes and whatever, but like, there's nothing visceral about it. There's no blood. There's no good mecha carnage. Like, it doesn't have to be like bloody or awful, but like, there's not even good mecha carnage. Like, what is this trash?
Yeah, it was really just not that entertaining.
There's nothing interesting going on. It has a very stock plot, which is fine. But if you're going to have a very bog standard plot, you need good characters and some cool stuff to like, some cool window dressing to make it work. It's got a bog standard plot, cardboard cutout characters, and no interesting window dressing except the fairly cool mecha designs. Like, what the fuck is this?
I thought there was going to be more stuff going on, but then they brought back like basically like it's Bubblegum Crisis and like this one chick they hired used to be a criminal, but then she got caught. Like her and her boyfriend were like Bonnie and Clyde shit, and they used to do all kinds of crime.
Get Bubblegum Crisis name out of your fucking mouth.
But then she got caught, and like she thinks that her boyfriend's dead, but they give her some kind of
I like that story a lot better when it was Briarios and Doonan.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He just kind of like took all his greatest hits and.
Well, he didn't even write it. Like someone like it's like fan fiction. It's so bad.
You're right. It really does. It feels like
fan fiction.
Shiro fan fiction.
So Junichi Sakai is the guy like most responsible, I would say. And he's done fucking nothing, and I can tell why.
But at any rate, let me finish. So where the fuck was I? Oh, yeah. So Bonnie and Clyde thing, she gets caught. She thinks he's dead. She's all fucked up because she falls like fucking 5 stories or something. They give her like cybernetic implants, and then somehow she has to work for, what is it, the fucking Battle Angels?
Angel Arms.
Murder
Close
Angels,
enough.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, for whatever that chick is that owns it. And then that dude, like her boyfriend comes back as the main villain later.
Yes.
And, you know, and I mean, that's like it's a reasonable plot. Like
The plot itself is simple but reasonable.
You could have done a lot with that. It's
like
just,
I said,
there's no character development at all.
it doesn't work with bad characters and no cool window dressing.
I just don't care about
You need those other
people.
things. Like, razor thin plot is perfectly fine with those other things, but it has nothing interesting going on. It's fucking the most vanilla of vanilla, and that's giving vanilla a bad name. Like, it's just, and I'm clicking through here. I'm looking like, oh, what else has the director's done? There's like 4 fucking directors. Why do you need that for one freaking movie? I don't know.
I do not know.
4 people were like, these people have done nothing.
Oh, you know what?
It's
That's
terrible.
If there's 4 directors, that seems like somebody was just giving away money. It was like a money grab project.
This is like somebody's vanity project, and it was freaking awful.
It was terrible. But what are you going to do? Out of how many winners did he have? Like a fucking lot.
Well, all he did was character designs. I'm not going to lay this one on Shiro.
It's kind of in his universe, though. I mean, if you
It
have
is.
Landmates,
It
it's
is.
in his universe.
Well, obviously, he was nice enough to loan it to him. He probably shouldn't have been so nice. Should have told him to fuck off. Your story's garbage, and you can't put that in my universe.
What is that one they never animated?
Orion. You're looking at me like I don't know. Orion?
No, it wasn't Orion. It was like...
It was more than one then.
Entron Depot, something Depot.
Oh, yeah, but isn't that's basically Ghost in the Shell. Like, there's a lot of stuff he did that was kind of just cheesecake and Ghost in the Shell related.
I'm just saying, there's stuff that they never even animated.
Yeah, Orion. That's the biggest one. Animate Orion.
There's not even an OVA?
Not that I've found.
Huh. Interesting.
Well.
Anyway, that's all my complaints for the day. Considering I was in such a good mood, it was a pretty negative show.
I don't know, negative. It's just a little ranty. Hey, your question was all about like stuff that sucks. So
That's what I was
That's what
thinking
you're
about
gonna
today. I had a list in my head like already. Actually, I was thinking about what got me to that is I was thinking about how all these writers they hire nowadays in the U.S. have no idea what they're doing, and they just do these self-insert characters, and they always end up being super evil, even though they're like supposed to be the hero. And I was just like, it made me think of like all those '90s anime that were like edgy to the point where the characters were unlikable, and it kind of ruined the whole thing. You know what I mean?
yes.
So that's what got me there.
Well, yeah, Gundam SEED that's why that came to mind first, because that was one of those shows where like if it had better characters, I would have liked it.
Kira's just such an
more.
arrogant fucking prick, like, and he was kind of a Mary Sue, just like, I could just.
He was very much.
I
a
could
Mary
just
Sue.
type like a motherfucker.
Do you notice what we're doing again?
What?
Avoiding talking about Gundress. Don't watch Gundress.
Yeah, sorry. I
That's
mean,
all we can say.
At least we saved you the time.
We saved you the time.
You know what? We didn't save you the time because you have to like search for Gundress.
You got to want it.
Like even like
Don't want it.
even on the high seas. If you're a pirate and you're sailing the high seas, there's like it's almost impossible to find. So don't worry, you're not going to stumble across it by accident.
No.
At any rate,
So we got
have
for today.
a reasonably bullshit-free week, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace. Well, that's all for today, everyone. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning into another episode of the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour. Please remember to like and subscribe, and may your entertainment be always, well, entertaining.